Namaskar. Today we are going to discuss the love marriage yoga, the rule number second. Here we will deal with your 7th house and your 11th house. So watch this video till end. If there is such kind of relationship 7th house with the 11th house, then you have the chances for love marriage increases. Here I am using the word increases. The 11th house represents the gain house. It is also the upachya house, the house of wealth, house of money. So if in a chart, if in your chart or in the male or female chart 7th house lord is present in the 11th house, then definitely there will be a gain after marriage, in career, in prospects, in the wealth section. So all these videos in Hindi version already in the playlist section, these videos in English on the high request from across the people who do not understand Hindi. So if the 7th house lord, if the 7th house lord is placed in the 8th house, in the 11th house, the spouse, your future spouse becomes very lucky for you, very high moral values, and the luck eventually comes to your bag. Apart from that, the person will gain a lot of money, financial success, and new resources of income. Part-time job or your chances of extra business will increase. The door will open for you by the second person whom you get married. That's why when someone says that my luck has been changed after my marriage, this is one of the cases. Also, if the 11th house lord creates connection with the 5th house, we know that the 5th house is the house of what? It is the house of love and romance. You know that in the first rule we have discussed. 7th house is the house of marriage. 11th house is the house of gain. So if there is a connection between the 5th house and the 11th house, in that case, again the connection establishes for the love marriage. The chances will increase. Means if your 7th house lord is placed in the 11th house and from the 11th house it expects your 5th house, then the chances will increase. Also, if the planet sitting in the 11th house expects the 5th house and the planet sitting in the 5th house, expects the 11th house, then chances again high rise. These are the parameters which you need to check when you have to check the 7th house, the connection between the 11th house. So here what you have seen, the 7th house is connected with the 11th house, 11th house is connected with the 5th house. So there is a triangular relationship between these. So these triangular relationship will cause your love marriage yoga. But here is again the condition. What if your 7th house lord should not be weak, should not be combusted, should not be debilitated, should not be placed 6th, 8th and 12th house, should not be placed in the nakshatra of 6th, 8th and 12th. In the same way, condition hold for 5th house and your 11th house. All these three houses lords should not follow these principles. If these principles are following, then the chances of love breakup, love affairs will sustain, but the chances for love breakup will rise. So these are the parameters. The planets of 5th, 7th and the 11th house should be strong, should be exalted, should be in the friendly sign, should be well placed in the Lagna chart. And if this condition not hold in your D1 chart but it is hold in D9 chart, then with efforts you can attain the love marriage chances. So these are the parameters. There is nothing predefined at one parameter. More the parameter matches, more the chances of love marriage increases. So this is all about the basic concepts. I am not making such things complicated. Now let's start with an example. Let's start with an example. Suppose you have Gemini Lagna or Gemini Ascendant. In that case, what is the relationship? Number 3 is written here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Like this. This is your Gemini Ascendant. You are Gemini Ascendant. We have to check the connection between. If your 7th house lord, that is Jupiter, is placed in your 11th house. Jupiter is placed here and suppose Venus is present here and Jupiter expects this Venus. This is the condition holds for the love marriage yoga. Because both will Mars and Jupiter and Venus will expect, and if they are neutral, here they are neutral, then the love marriage with after some no changes to yes. It means that after some complications you will survive for the love marriage. And post marriage 2 years are very important for such kind of marriage for the sustainability point of view. So if these planets are strong, if these planets are not strong, then you need to do Bij Mantra, you need to do Chalisa, you need to do Vrat, you need to do Havan, and the rituals which are connected to the respective planets who is the lord of your 5th, 7th and 11th house. So these are the basic things. We are not making situations difficult. Just note down if the 7th house is sitting in the 11th house, and if the 11th house creates a connection with the 5th house, and there is a connection between 5th, 7th and 11th house, then the chances of love marriage increases. In the last videos, when the series complete of the yogas, we will analyze such things by the graph theory. We will see which planets, which connection, which way. We all discuss about the graph way. You just understand one by one each video and each concept and each rule. Do not recite again and again. Just focus on the chart test, then apply your logic. You will have your answer. So if you need any consultancy, download Jyotishghar Veda app, websites or for free consultancy, Jyotishghar Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Share your Vimsotri Dasha chart and one question. We will try within 60 days to reply you, but have patience. Do not share your mobile number, email address, avoid sub comments, otherwise you will be the part of spam, then there is no action from our sides. That's all for the day. Jai Shani.